Hello, my name is Stephanie Roberts, and my action research project, my prospectus, is on the areas of STEM combined with PBL. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and PBL is project or problem-based learning. I've decided to explain my project in this presentation using a series of questions. The first question I'm asking is what? What is my project on? Well, the first area my project is on is STEM. As I said before, STEM combines science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The idea behind this is that those four areas are not separated in the real world. If you're doing mathematics in the real world, it usually has something to do with engineering, technology, or science, or a combination. If you're doing science in the real world, it usually has something to do with technology, engineering, or mathematics, or all four. Because they don't exist in isolation in the real world, we no longer need to teach those subjects in isolation in our classroom. Instead, a combined approach is what's most effective, research has shown. The phrase STEM was coined in the 1990s when the push to teach these four areas became a real focal point in education and a hot topic. I'm combining STEM with PBL. PBL is project-based learning or problem-based learning. The idea here is that students are given a project or a problem and asked to solve it. There are no right or wrong answers with project-based learning, and it's very open-ended. Students aren't spoon-fed step-by-step instructions on how to solve this problem. They have to use the tools that they are given, the materials that they have, and the skills that they have acquired to solve these problems or complete these projects. And that's the idea behind project-based learning. The next question we're asking ourselves is why? Why did I decide to complete my action research project on STEM combined with project-based learning? Well, the main reason I decided to complete my project here, other than it being a very hot topic in education right now, is because last year I taught second grade. And last year, I began weekly STEM lessons every Friday with my students. I did this with my friend, who is the STEM teacher at our school, and I watched my students transform over the course of a school year. When the STEM teacher began coming in on Friday afternoons, my students did not respond well to an open-ended STEM PBL lesson. My students came to us constantly asking for further instruction, further directions, how to solve the problems. They became so frustrated without being spoon-fed information. Some of them became so frustrated that they began to cry. Some of them simply gave up after a failed attempt. Some of them even got in trouble because of their arguments with their partners or groups if they were working together to solve problems. But that didn't last for long. I watched students who once had given up persevere and go above and beyond. I watched students who once needed to be spoon-fed information simply explore new ways of thinking and completely go outside of the box, even go beyond my realm of thinking and my realm of possibilities. And watching those students who were insecure at first become confident thinkers for open-ended activities really encouraged me to push this direction when doing my action research project. And it's really become something that I am passionate about. Next, we're asking ourselves why. Just like I said on the last slide, why I watched my students perform. The second reason why is because 21st century learners are different than any other type of learner we have had in the past. Students no longer need to simply memorize and regurgitate information. In fact, any question that students could or would want to know can be answered with the touch of a fingertip. When they find a reliable source on their smartphone, computer, or tablet, they can find the answer to any question they would like to ask. So the skills that they need as a 21st century learner are not regurgitating information. Instead, they need to be communicators, collaborators, creators, and critical thinkers. Those 4 skills are extremely important and very easily translate to any area they decide to go. They'll not only help them in the rest of their academic career, but they'll also help them in their future in college, even into graduate work, or any field that they choose to go into. Those 4 skills of communication, collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking can be harnessed through STEM and project-based learning, and students will be much more successful because of these skills. The next question we're asking with this project is who? Who will be participating in this study? Well, the 17 kindergarten students that I currently teach. I'm in a Title I school where 91% of our population is below the poverty line and receives free and reduced lunch. So these are at-risk students. I teach in an inclusion classroom. I have EIP, which are Early Intervention Program students, special education students, and gifted students, all in my kindergarten classroom. The adults conducting this study will be me, the classroom teacher, the paraprofessional that's in our room full-time, and also the STEM education teacher that I mentioned earlier. Lastly, we're asking how. Students will fill out a survey that is appropriate for them, asking about motivations towards learning science. Then we will conduct weekly STEM lessons for 8 weeks, in which me, the paraprofessional, and the STEM teacher will observe and take anecdotal notes on how my students are becoming critical thinkers, collaborators, problem solvers, and communicators. And that is how I will complete my project. I appreciate you listening to my presentation, and I look forward to seeing my results. Thank you very much.